Well, hello and welcome to Marty Plays Games. We are on the weekend stream. It is a Saturday and we are taking a look at Assetto Corsa EVO on the PC. This is an early access game from Simulazioni and published by 505 Games. It was released on the 16th of Jan 2025. Assetto Corsa EVO redefines the realism and features of one of the most popular multi-platform driving simulations ever developed. They must mean Gran Turismo. Featuring cars and tracks from different classes, spanning across years of motoring history. Yeah, there's not many years in this particular version at the moment. It is an early access game. And it has 8,553 reviews at the moment of all time, 70% of which are positive, giving it a mostly positive rating. There are 325 recent reviews, only 51% of which are positive, and that gives it a mixed rating. So we will play this game with it being an early access game in mind. We have 20 cars available to us, and I think it's 5 or 6 tracks, and there are single and multiplayer things available. No special events at the moment, apparently. We're offline. I don't know why we're offline. Maybe we have to do the tutorial or something first. We are going to have a look at options first of all on the settings. We have some stuffed video. We are playing this at proper full screen at 1440p. We are limited it to 120 frames per second, and it is vertically synced. In terms of graphics, I have this on DLSS, 8 times anti-aliasing. Everything else is turned up to ultra or maxed out, so reflections, shadows. Even the experimental stuff I've turned on. I'm hoping I'm going to have no problems playing this on the 1590. Motion blur is on medium quality, and then we've got some mirror options as well, because mirror stuff for some reason can eat into quite a few frames, so if you're having performance issues, often a good idea to turn that down, or maybe the filtering. Shadows as well, turn those down, and probably turn down the global illumination. That's going to be another one that's going to hit you. There's no support for multi-frame gen in this one by the looks, which is an option on the new 50 series cards. And it's strange that there is no support outside of 40 stuff, but it is early access. So sound options, we've got a lot of sliders here. Master volume I've turned down to 50%, coming at 100, but music was turned down to 75% as I came in here, and tyre sounds were turned down to 90. I've turned down the engine sounds a little bit, I've turned down the opponent sounds, and I've turned down the music a little bit more. Plenty of stuff there for you to play about with. Controls, I mean, really this is designed for playing on a proper wheel. If you've got a nice force feedback wheel, a direct drive one, I suspect this would be really nice to play on that. I am just playing this with a pad for the purposes of this first play. But you've got a load of stuff you can set up there for your input, and you can see that this is all behaving quite nicely. The first Assetto Corsa game did have some controller input issues if you were playing it on the pad. It was definitely more geared for a wheel setup, that game. But it did sort itself out in the end, and it is playable on a pad. But if you are going to play this seriously, I would definitely recommend trying it on a wheel. This game also supports VR, if you've got a VR headset. I haven't had a look at the implementation on that yet. So vehicles, what have we got? In our garage, I have. I thought I'd bought a Hyundai actually, but apparently I've only got an R-Bass. We can't go to the dealerships yet. Don't know why. We have an academy, so we haven't got a license in there yet. I don't know whether that is because we are not. We're in early access, and that's just not available yet. But we can drive, and that is what we are going to do. I wonder how we do get online then. I really don't know. Perhaps the servers are offline at the moment. So let's choose a car. We can't even do rentals at the moment. So these are your car lists. We have quite a lot of different ones to choose from. Got Audis, Alpines, BMWs, Ferraris, 2 of those. The Escort RS Cosworth, that's an old 90s car, that one. Got a Lamborghini Huracan. There's the Hyundai. So we've got one of those. Another quite old car, the Honda S2000 with its VTEC engine, very nice. Lotus Emira, Lancia, Mazda MX-5. Not hairdresser cars. We have a Mercedes, a Porsche, and the Toyota GR86. Definitely a nice step up from the GT86, which was a nice car. And we've got a Volkswagen Golf. So plenty of things to choose from there. Good variety of cars. I don't want to start in the Bath though. I did want to try this Hyundai. Yeah, I want to do the limited edition one. Confirm. So have we got it? We can change the scene, can we? Showroom. Ooh, we can. Let's go into a urban environment. Nice. So yes, terms of tracks. We have 6 tracks that we play with here. So I think we're going to do Brands Hatch, and we've got and we can do a practice, a quick race, or we can't do a race weekend. So we're going to do a quick race, 10 laps of Brands Hatch at 3 o'clock. And grid type automatic, number of opponents is 9. Looks like we can turn that up a bit if we want. That's pretty good. And we can start the session. And that is what we will do. With a 90% opponent skill. I think they'll probably beat us to death on this one. We are starting in the 6th place. So, let's drive. Alright, so we're going to need to turn those settings down. Way too loud. I think we will probably need to turn down wind noise as well, and tyres. Good. Apply. No, still way too loud. Alright, let's do the master volume, and then we'll set that to 30%. I want to apply those, please. Still too loud. Tried it. 15%. Better. Don't have any markers on here for braking. I'm sure you may be able to turn those assists on. It looks like we're doing this bare knuckles, which would definitely be easier in... Oh, the handling is really nice. It would definitely be nicer in VR, because it's a lot easier to judge distances. Oh, we're going to go off. We're so going to go off. And we're in last place. Last but one place. I'm going to do 10 laps of this. Brake markers. We are an auto gearbox. Yeah, we're fumbling around the circuit a little bit. Hyundai's handling it quite well, better than I am. I think the problem is, if you're so used to driving games using brake markers and corner markers, when you go into a game and it doesn't have them, you struggle a little bit. Especially if you're not that familiar with Brands Hatch. I am not. Right, I tell you what, I'm going to put... Oh, I can't do that there. I'm going to have to go back out. So, let's go back to the main menu and go and have a look at driver aid. See if we can turn on the line marking, just so we have a bit of time, thanks. On the assists, let's have a look. Ideal line is supposed to be on, so why weren't we seeing the ideal line then? Because it definitely wasn't showing. I don't need those on. Automatic clutch, pit limiter. Auto gearbox. Still put that on. Stability control. Set that to 20. Let's set that to Laguna Seca. Settings. Yeah, see, that is not race settings, that is definitely game settings. Vehicle setup, restart session and quit. Alright, let's try that. We see we've got a marker now for some reason. We'll go past you then. It's only ideal line then. is not telling you braking points. Alright, well. I think you're just going to have to get used to not having braking points. Got to learn your brake markers. I mean, an ideal line is not difficult to learn on these tracks, especially. I always do too much braking though, because it's really hard to judge, not being in VR, just how fast you're going. Corkscrew. This is quite a shot. This is the first gear corner. And we're back onto the start finish straight. And another fast braking corner here. This one. Definitely going too fast into these. We're getting a lot of understeer going in, which I'd kind of expect on this car anyway. I think we definitely need to do some more practice. The handling model is good. Now eventually this game is supposed to have an open world aspect to it, where you can drive around the Nürburgring area. Coming soon. And you can pick this game up. Corkscrew. For £30 on Steam at the moment. But if you have a look around, you can actually get this for, oh, we cut the circuit, £15–16. And I think on CD keys at the moment there is a 15% discount that you can get, so you can actually get this. Oh bloody hell, overcooked that one. And the gravel. Brake. Definitely need to be braking a bit earlier some of these corners than I am doing. Oh, we're losing ground. They're on 90%. Well ahead of me. I think you've definitely got to be serious about your driving games on this one. This is definitely simmier than Forza feels. I mean, it works well on the pad. I'm surprised just how well this is going on the pad, because given my past experience with Assetto Corsa games, they never really got the controls right, but they seem to have nailed it on this one. Corkscrew. So this one at the end, this is the first gear corner. Still too fast into it though. On lap 3, how many laps did I do? Was it 10? Could take us some time. You can see the 3, 2, 1 markers on the side of the road there. That is your brake markers. So we've really got to learn the corners and how hard to brake at those markers. This one you don't need to mark quite as much, although we're still understeering on that corner there. It's this next one is the one that you don't have to brake quite so hard on. And then there's the corkscrew at the top of this one. Which in real life is bloody scary. It is a very steep hill. You just don't realise quite how steep that corkscrew is. But it is very, very steep. There we go, we got round it that time. Yes, so we are doing 10 laps here. You'd hope by the time we get to lap 10 we've learnt these corners a little bit better. So get a lot of grip loss as I'm trying to turn in there, even though I've pulled the power up. I mean, ideally you're not going into a corner with a lot of power on, so that gets you your fastest times. Fastest exit speeds, so you can get back on the gas. You're not losing grip, you see, because your tyres aren't trying to do lots of things at the same time, because they've only got so much grip, so you can brake or you can turn. You can try to do both, but then you've got to balance it. Corkscrew. We're off the gas. Back on the gas. On the brakes. Turning in. Back on the gas. On the gas. Lap 6. Still gonna brake a little bit before the third marker, I think, for that corner. I did think for a while about getting one of these Hyundais. I know it's really difficult choosing a new car to buy now, because do you go electric or do you go ICE? New EVs really, really expensive. We may as well have done practice on this. We're 12 seconds off the pace here. Well, in fact, we're more than that, I think. Oh, come on, we didn't cut the track. That's the worst corkscrew corner we've done so far. Right, so if we brake exactly on the 3... Oh, see, I think we were going a little bit too slow that time. Oh, it's this corner, isn't it? This is the one we need to brake slightly earlier for than the third marker, I think. So if we brake here... Yeah, that's, I think, just before that third marker. I mean, we don't. We're hearing a lot of tyre squeal. We don't really want to hear as much as that. I mean, you're going to get a little bit. I think we're getting a bit too much at the moment. This car gets really bogged down on the low rails. We can't get away with just lifting. I thought maybe we would get away with just lifting for that corner. We need to brake going into it. Definitely. Corkscrew. Bit better. Our best laps are 151. Oh, got some stutters there. First stutters we've had in the game. I mean, performance-wise, this game's been alright so far. Apart from that... Lap 8. It's almost academic at this point. Oh, the race is on lap 9. We're on lap 8. I don't think we're going to get lapped, but we're definitely well off the pace. 17 seconds off the pace. I mean, you can tune the opponent difficulty, so given where we're at the moment, it may be worth doing that so that we don't feel such like a lonely loser at the back of the grid. I think we need to knock it down to about 60%. We are on lap 9. Brake just before the third marker. This car is reasonably easy to handle, I think. This would definitely be a good starter car for this game. Front wheel drive. Not a bad amount of power. Race, that's the white flag. Yeah, so just to have the brakes on that corner and you can actually turn in. Using all the track. Maybe we're going to beat our lap time on that. That was a reasonably clean lap. Yeah, we just got our best time on that one. We actually pulled it by over a second, so I mean that's what you'd hope to do. You'd hope to improve the lot more laps you've done on the circuit. Learning your braking points. I think we definitely gained some time on this corner. And we're coming up to the corkscrew for the last time. I think we carried a bit more speed in. Track cut. They're going to give us a penalty, are they? Why? Don't think it's going to make any difference. Well, we bodged that lap on that last corkscrew. There we go, and across the line. Press menu to end the session. Yeah, probably need a bit more practice on that game. Could not retrieve data. Statistics will be added to your profile later. I mean, we got quite a good start off the line. And then we went all off at the corner, and that was it, really. That was all she wrote. Quit. Confirm. So do we not have? Can we do academy now? No, there's no academy. Driver. I thought there was multiplayer on this. I thought that was available. We can't do rentals. Really understand that either. Confirm. Maybe rentals are for online stuff. We can do 10 minutes practice. Back. Fuji Speedway, Himalaya. Suzuka. Let's do Suzuka East. We can do different weathers. Drizzle, rain, heavy rain. Scattered clouds. And fog, if you really want to do fog. I don't know who wants to do fog. Don't know that that is particularly interesting to drive in. Let's just have a look at this again. Ideal line is on, but not braking. We don't have ABS. So it is definitely very much sim. Let's see how this Ferrari handles then. Probably a lot faster. Uh-oh, we're speeding in the pit lane. That'll never do. That's my rear wheel drive on the Ferrari. Driving on the pad, definitely not ideal. Suzuka East. Alright, where's our braking markers? Well, we didn't go completely spinning. But I think we need to brake a bit earlier for that corner. Really sharp ends onto the start finish straight. So we can pick out the braking points again this time. So we definitely need to be on the brakes quicker. I reckon about there. There's the braking marker. I think it was a little bit too early, so maybe about 250. Oh bloody hell. Cut that one up. 250 yards. At that speed. Yeah, I do like the handling model in this game though. And you can definitely feel the difference between this car and the Hyundai. I mean, it's a lot faster for starters, but it also brakes harder and less understeer. Let's see, 250 yards. That's 300. Yeah. Or sideways. Early on the gas. There we go. Doesn't start and finish straight. So let's just try very slightly before the second marker there. It's going to be expensive. Don't fancy the cost of replacing Ferrari suspension. Back onto the start finish. We're 5 minutes into practice. I think we're getting some better laps now. I definitely think we are getting some assistance a little bit playing this on the pad from the engine. So I'm pretty sure I should have spun out. Maybe it's babying us because we've got the settings quite far down on the amateur level. With only stability control turned down. See what we are at 151. Oh. You can feel the car squirming just a little bit under the brake in there. I think this should be a better lap. 52, 54. No, we're still beating our best. 51. This might be a better lap. 54. No, we're still 57. Oh no, 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 no. Just looking at my time and not looking at the braking points then. That was bad. It's going to be something like a 58, I think, 59 even. Oh, we got into the gas earlier that time. That's a better drive out that corner. Maybe, just maybe. Previous lap was a 150. That's our best lap, isn't it? Why isn't it updating our best lap then? Not sure on that. That was definitely our best lap though. Look, previous lap. 0.055 and our best lap is showing as a 56.8. This isn't going to be our best lap. Taking my eye off the ball looking at times. Yeah, I think Suzuka East is quite a nice circuit just for trying out the different cars, because it's not a difficult circuit. Easy to learn because it's quite short. A couple of technical sections. We've got a box. Box. Can we do replays? We can. It's actually doing a replay. We don't have different camera angles or anything we can do then. It's all automatic. Yeah, all you can do is watch. You can't actually do anything. There's some banding in the skyline back there. I mean, I don't think it's a bad looking game, but definitely the models are not the best I've seen. They're definitely not best in class, but it is early access. How flat that car stays on the grass. Are we seeing brake discs wall up as well on the brakes? A bit of heat into those on that last corner. It's difficult to see, so I'm not really getting the right angle. Yeah, well, you can watch your replays at the moment on this nice Suzuka. Yeah, very nice fairground. What have we got in terms of car setup then? Nothing on there. Quit that. Yeah, it's confirmed. Well, what are the cars? I'm assuming that these are all ICE cars. Lambo, Lotus, Lancia, AMG, Volkswagen, Toyota, the MX-5. What about the old Escort Cosworth? That's a front-wheel drive turbo. I think they were 2 litre. Might have been 2.5 litre. RS3. The M4. The M2. The 488 Challenge as well. It's really the raciest car, isn't it, with a lot of those. And the Porsches as well. And the GT, oh, maybe the GT2 car's going to be the quickest one there. Let's see what the GT2 car's like. We can customize it. We can do some wheels. There we go. Look, we've got green rims. Nice. Do we have different? No, don't have different wheel. Unless that's under parts. Headlight colours. The Beast. Right, apply that. What about parts then? So it is just exterior. There isn't. There isn't any other customization we can do there. Car controls. No, that's just letting us put things on. I think if we do that, it's going to turn the hazards on. Yeah. Not really seeing what this is doing. When I put left turn lights on there and it's flicking both lights. Yeah, alright, well. Nice. We put it onto some drizzle as well to see what fun that is. There doesn't seem to be any way to tune the car. Oh no, maybe vehicle setup here then. There we go. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. We'll knock the pressures down on the front and the rears for the rain. Maybe we want to increase it for the rain because we'd have less temperature in the tyres. They wouldn't heat up as quick. Electronics. Traction control. Oh no, it's our ABS. I think we'll increase our traction control because we're in the rain. And our ABS we'll put up as well to 3.5. Oh, it says parameter guys, we should be on 8 to 12 for rain. And ABS we should be on 8 to 12. So we'll go with their guidance. We'll put it in the middle. Oh. That's as much as we can do. Fuel and strategy. We're on wet. Suspension. It's not giving us any stuff about that. Rebound rates for slow bumps and fast bumps. And then some ride heights and rear wing angles. So we're going to go with that. Good. Right. We seem to have lost exit to main menu. Lost our car. Try that again. No, we seem to have lost a car completely. That's a bug, or what? Well, I think then, in that case, we will leave this game here. It seems to have bugged out for some reason. Well, that is Assetto Corsa EVO. We definitely have some early access issues with this one. But overall, I thought the handling of the cars was pretty good. Still not sure how we get online with this one. I'll have to go and read up on that. But for the £15 I paid for this, not that bothered. I think that's pretty good for 15 quid. I quite enjoyed the racing that I did of it. I would like some better braking markers, I think, but that's just me. That's a personal preference. And purists will probably be happy that they're not there. But that is all from me for today. I should be back again on Sunday with another game from our pile of shame. Until then, I hope you have a pleasant evening and I shall see you later.